Audio check. Yeah. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Mr. Berbice, Chairman of DIH Holdings Inc., Mr. David Armagon, Regional Chairman, Region 6, Mr. Wainwright McIntosh, Mayor, New Amsterdam, Mr. Kurt Fraser, Deputy Mayor, New Amsterdam, Mr. Sheikh Prasad Bacchus, Commander, Region 6, Ms. Samantha Reed, President of the Berbice Chambers of Commerce, Ms. Pandey, Director of Citizens Bank, Directors, Executives, Shareholders, Dealers, members of the media, special invitees, fellow employees. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sonia Forrester, and I'm the Training and Communications Executive at Bank DIH Limited. This afternoon, I would like to thank you for joining us here for another promising meeting as we share on all that we've been doing for the past year and our plans and vision for the year ahead. We have invited you here because we believe that you're an important part of Bank DIH Holdings Inc. and the success that we've experienced over the last year. As we begin this afternoon's meeting, I wish to invite you to stand as we open in a word of prayer. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this time that we are gathered here together again in good health and soundness of mind. We thank you for your protection and provision over the past year. We are especially grateful, God, for how you've steered our journey to success. We pray, Lord, that you will bless this gathering and each person present here. We trust that this time will be productive for all who've taken the time to come out. We commit this time and this day into your hand, and we pray that you would help us as we continue as a company to add value to our shareholders, this community, employees, our customers, and our friends. We ask all these things in your name. Amen. As we remain standing, we will pause for a moment of silence as we remember our late chairman, Mr. Vito Degar, our late vice chairman, Mrs. Degar, our former director, Mr. Michael Pereira, and the employees who we have passed over the last year. Thank you. You may be seated. Welcome you all to this meeting.
Chairman of Bank DIH Limited, Mr. Berbice, Regional Chairman, Region Number 6, Mr. David Armagon, Mayor of New Amsterdam, Mr. Wainwright McIntosh, Ms. Dina Pandey, Director of Citizen Bank, Directors, Executive Shareholders, Dealers, Special Invitees, fellow employees, valued members of the Bank DIH family. A pleasant good afternoon and welcome to our first Bank DIH Holdings Inc. Stakeholders Function at the branch. I stand before you today with a profound sense of pride, excitement to share some truly remarkable news about the blooming performance of our branch. Your trust and investment in our company have played an integral role in our achievement. During the year, our branch has witnessed a remarkable surge in growth and prosperity. The strategic plan made by our esteemed chairman, board of directors, and executives, coupled with your unwavering support, have propelled us to new heights. Despite many challenges such as staffing and stock availability, our performance in Berbice during the financial year ending September 2024 reflects an increase of 10.3% or $462.1 million over the previous year. While the New Amsterdam Quick Serve reflects a 3% growth with an increase of $3.7 million over the previous year. Our commitment to excellence has led to the introduction of innovative products and services that resonate with our evolving needs of our customers. Success does not end there. Our expansion initiative through our visionary leadership have made the modernization of our cash and carry and office facility a reality, as is very evident. This will enable comfort for both customers and staff, thus increasing productivity. I want to express my sincere gratitude to each shareholder who believe in our vision, enabling us to make these significant strides. Your confidence in Bank DIH has been the driving force behind our success, and we remain steadfast in our commitment to delivering value and returns on your investment. It will be neglectful on my behalf not to compliment and thank the hard-working staff of this branch who have been truly instrumental in ensuring our continued growth and success. Once again, thanks to the dedicated staff of the Berbice branch. Our valued customers are one of our most valued assets to whom the bank family will forever be grateful to. Their continued support fuels our ambition, and together we will shape a future that is not just promising but truly extraordinary. Our chairman in his address will highlight our achievements and future for the company, which I'm sure will be in the interest of us all. Thank you for being an integral part of the brand success story. Once again, I say a warm welcome to you all who have an enjoyable and memorable evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Basile, and congratulations to the work being done by your team. DIH Holdings Inc. is committed to community development, and one of the ways in which we want to demonstrate this tangibly is through our commitment to educational institutions. We believe that we have a responsibility for molding young minds because they are indeed the future of our country and our communities. It is with this thought in mind that this afternoon we would like to present 2 donations to 2 schools in Berbice, Berbice Primary School and Woodley Park Secondary School. If I can have Mr. Reese, if you can please step forward as we present these awards, first to Berbice Primary School and also to Woodley Park Secondary. Can the representatives please come forward? Thank you, Mr. Reese. To build trust, a leader must exemplify competence and character. These are indeed words we can use to describe our leader, Chairman Managing Director of DIH Holdings, Mr. Clifford Reese. In his dynamic role, he has demonstrated his competence and character to lead with empathy and transparency. His commitment to ensuring shareholders value and results inspires us all at DIH Holdings Inc. to remain true to our commitment to excellence. Please stand with me as we join and welcome Mr. Clifford Reese to present his address this afternoon.
Please be seated. Thank you so much for those kind words. Good afternoon, fellow shareholders, friends. Permit me to extend a warm and a cordial welcome to this first annual general meeting of DIH Holdings Inc. And to sincerely thank you for your unstinting support and encouragement over the period since we last met. Also permit me on my own behalf and that of the Board of Directors, the management and staff to extend best wishes for a peaceful, healthy, and a productive 2025. My fellow shareholders, you had the opportunity this afternoon, before you came to this meeting, to visit in New Amsterdam cash and carry outlet. I want to give you this story behind this project. I know I approved the plans. I know I looked at it. And I was up here about 6-7 months ago, and they were working and the back of this where we're sitting today. And the front of the building was being done. But when I came in 2 weeks ago, I walked past the building, and I turned to one of the executives and said, "Who owns that building?" The new building is the chief of the bank said it's to move this property. The surprise of what I saw there tells me that it's talent and good work could be done in this New Amsterdam. This work and design was done by Home Design, headed by Mr. Green Ferdinand, his son. It's not the first project they're doing for banks. They were involved in rebuilding or designing the playground as viewed by the Quick Surf. They were involved in building Citizens Bank. And today, they're doing other projects for us. They're involved in building the Baltic Quick Surf. They're looking at our new stores that we passed Mandela Avenue. They erected it. They're involved in also building all the foundation for the new beer bottling plant. But what I want to say today is surprise what he told me when I visited the Quick Surf. You're here to look at the redesign of this building. And we talked about it at our level, directors and executive levels, and we came up with a plan and said, this is what we want to do with Quick Surf in New Amsterdam. I called it Green because his work and quality is high standards, and he came and toured with me, his son Randy, on the project. After the big tour, we took it because you had to take into consideration movement of people in the restaurant, time management, how fast they would turn around to serve, how many steps they're going to make. All of these are logistics management when you're building a fast food restaurant. And the bill was a large number. And I said to him, what do you think? You know what he said to me? Don't do that, Mr. Chairman, it's too costly. Let me think about it, and let me give you an idea where we can save some money. Now, you tell me which contractor in this Guyana would have told the chamber to reduce costs. Nobody would have done that. So, and that puts me in a position that where I believe in honesty. And he has demonstrated that to me as a contractor. He's not looking for money and wealth. He's looking for pride and excellence. And I got a strong feeling in his office, he got a sign up mark committed to excellence. I think he has utilized bank's motto to the fullest. And that is why this afternoon I really want to congratulate Dwayne, his family and his sons. And as long as he continue to maintain this level, I think which he will, Banks DIH Limited have a large expansion program of 40 acres of land, which we are doing. And we also have another Berbice who is working on that project with us too. So we are sharing the growth, not only in Georgia. So Dwayne, to you around in the family and the company, congratulations. Mr. Paul Andrew Cartoon, the Human Resource and Fiscal Director at Banks DIH Limited, has retired after an impressive 44 years of service with this company. His time with the company has been marked by significant contributions to both the organization and its employees. Mr. Cartoon joined Banks DIH Limited in 1980 at the Chemical Health Division. He was later transferred to Touch Park to head the new fiscal foods operations before transitioning to the Human Resource Director, where he was pivotal in determining the company's human resources strategies and plans. This is where he concluded his professional journey. His legacy will undoubtedly continue to shape the company's culture and practices, and we'd like to wish him a happy retirement. My fellow shareholders and friends, Banks DIH Limited is thrilled to announce the appointment of Mr. Stewart C. Paul as the new Finance Director on the 21st of March 2024. With 43 years of experience in the field of accounts and finance, Mr. C. Paul stands as a seasoned professional whose journey has been marked by dedication and expertise. Recognizing his financial acumen, Mr. C. Paul climbed the organizational ladder, first as a credit control manager, then as an audit executive, where his keen eye for detail and commitment to financial integrity led him to oversee the audit processes. Later on, Mr. C. Paul was appointed as the finance controller and assistant company secretary, and in recent years assumed dual responsibilities of ensuring financial stability and compliance for the company's operations and reporting requirements. Mr. C. Paul, hunger for knowledge, drove him to pursue certification in the finance and accounting field, the HCCA studies, elevating his financial expertise, CFO certification, and a testament to strategic financial leadership. He also attended the Richard Ivey School of Business of the University of Western Ontario. Let us welcome Mr. C. Paul to the Board of Directors for the shareholders. Banks DIH Limited is also thrilled to announce the appointment of Mr. Carlton Joe as the new Director of Marketing, effective the 1st June 2024. Mr. Joe brings a wealth of experience and a proven track record of success in marketing strategy and brand management. Mr. Joe began his journey with Banks DIH Limited on the 1st of October 1990 as an engineering trainee, and in 1993, upon graduating as a civil engineer, he was appointed the Buildings and Properties Manager. In 2006, he was transferred to the sales department and excelled as a sales and marketing executive for 17 of his 31 plus years with the company. Mr. Joe holds a Bachelor of Engineering degree in Civil Engineering and a Master's of Business Administration from the University of Ghana Commonwealth of Learnings. He also attended the University of Western Ontario, where he completed a STEAM IB executive program. Additionally, he has completed the Demand-Driven Route to Market Innovation program at Georgia Institute of Technology University and is the PM4R Project Management Expert, certified by the Inter-American Development Bank. Let us also welcome him to the Board of Directors. My fellow shareholders, remember, success is not just a destination. It's an ongoing journey. We have to stay focused and keep pushing forward. Success does not happen overnight. It's a journey faced with challenges, learning and growth, because in today's fast-forward world, staying ahead, we have to constantly innovate new ideas. We have to embrace new technologies and adapt to market changes. That can set us apart from the competitors, because stagnation in a company is no longer an option. Every business faces obstacles, be it economic downturns or upturns, face competition, or unforeseen setbacks, for example, regulatory delays in approving new programs approved by the shareholders. The ability to bounce back and learn from failure is crucial. It's not about avoiding mistakes, this is how you respond to them. On numerous occasions, my fellow shareholders have addressed the system in 4 pillars of this company: shareholders, suppliers, employees, and customers, who supports the success of any company. My fellow shareholders, I know you will have received their share certificates and the first interim payment of the dividend of this new company. As you will recall, it was created pursuant to a scheme of arrangement under which the shareholders of Banks DIH Limited will exchange the share for shares to be issued by the new local company, Banks DIH Holding. These shares will carry the same value, with the potential for increase as a result of the advantages likely to result from the new structure. Many of you may recall the process started some 18 months ago, with shareholders' approval of the scheme of arrangement at a special meeting of the shareholders held on Saturday, the 15th of July 2023. The approval was over 99% in favor of this new structure, which is designed to modernize and take advantage of the many business opportunities arising in Ghana within the recent years. However, your ability to trade the shares have only received approval from the regulator, the Ghana Security Council, at the beginning of this month on the 3rd of January 2025. Many questions have been asked as to why it took so long. Some 18 months from shareholders' approval of the scheme of arrangement to the ability of the shareholders to trade the shares on the Ghana Stock Exchange. This was so because shortly after shareholders' approval, the court approved the scheme of arrangement on the 4th of September 2023, less than 2 months thereafter. It is therefore incumbent on me to provide a brief explanation of what really transpired. To implement this scheme of arrangement, it was required by the security legislation that Banks DIH Limited cease to be a public company and its registration be listed by the Ghana Security Council, and for Banks DIH Holding Inc. to be listed as a reporting issue. The applications to the Ghana Security Council were made on the 8th of September 2023, 4 days after the court's approval. Thereafter, there was extended correspondence between Banks DIH Limited and the Ghana Security Council, who continued to demand information and was never satisfied with the provisions of such information. We are going around in circles, my fellow shareholders. The matter reached the point where we had to take legal proceedings in the High Court in order to have this matter clarified. Those proceedings were filed on the 20th of September 2023. Some 7 months later, the court fixed a timetable for the provisions of any additional information by Banks DIH Limited to the Securities Council. Once again, the correspondence resumed, with demands for information and the provision of same at the point where at the end of August 2024, the Ghana Security Council considered that the matter was now ready to be placed before its board for consideration. However, at that point, it was suddenly disclosed, unknown to Banks DIH Limited, that there was no board in place by the Ghana Security Council, a situation which had existed for 2 years, and then therefore a board had to be now appointed. The new board was appointed on the 11th of September 2024, and they met on the 23rd of October 2024. At that meeting, on the 23rd of October 2024, the board of the Ghana Security Council approved Banks DIH Limited being deregistered as a reporting issue, and Banks DIH Holdings Inc. be registered as a reporting issue. However, Again, to our surprise, the Ghana Security Council withheld issuance of the certificate of registration and made further demands for additional information, which they claimed was necessary before it would release the certificate of registration. Accordingly, my fellow shareholders, for the next 2 months, there was more correspondence once again, passing between the Ghana Security Council and Banks DIH Limited. Finally, by all letter dated the 3rd of December 2024, we wrote the Ghana Security Council, asking the obvious questions. Why is the Ghana Security Council continue to delay the release of the certificate of registration by reference to conditions precedent which are devoid of legal authority? The Ghana Security Council could identify no provisions in the legislation which justify their position, and accordingly, we received the certificate of registration on the 3rd of January 2025. My fellow shareholders, the foregoing is an explanation and a disclosure of the events related to the delay of you being able to trade your shares at the Ghana Stock Exchange. But what are the lessons to be learned from all of this, my fellow shareholders? From the lengthy delay in activating Banks DIH Holdings Inc. Having regard to this lengthy delay in activating and bringing the operations of Banks DIH Holdings Inc., there are a number of questions which arise as to what are the lessons to be learned and what is the message being sent to companies which would like to go public. It cannot be seriously disputed that Banks DIH Limited, before being replaced by Banks DIH Holdings Inc., was the icon in the public companies in Ghana. It has 15,393 shareholders. It's been 69 years this company is a public company. And it pays an average, my fellow shareholders, an average of $51.5 million per day, including Saturdays, Sundays, and holidays, in excise taxes, corporation taxes, VAT, environmental levy, and PAY. But notwithstanding all of that, it took 18 months after the shareholders' approval for Banks Holding Company to be fully registered as a public company and to be activated so that the shares could be traded on the Ghana Stock Exchange. The fundamental question, my fellow shareholders, which arises is what is the message being sent to both foreign and local companies who are considering the formation of a public company to support and take advantage of the growing economy in Ghana for the benefits of the citizens. It is clear that this is not a good message emanating from the regulators of the capital market, because public company shares have been traded for over 22 years, and to date, no additional public company has been listed. There are no mechanisms for price stabilization or an odd lot program, and no bonds have been issued in this country. These are all features of a vibrant and a very active capital market. But what is clear from the Banks DIH Limited experience is that the following matters now have to be considered for implementation. If there is to be a vibrant capital market in Ghana, we have to review of the laws and regulations of the capital market to make the necessary amendments so as to support and encourage a vibrant capital market in the context of a growing economy in Ghana. We have to the creation of a manual or a playbook from the regulators so as to avoid recourse to the courts for interpretation of the relevant laws and regulations. Consideration to be given by the Ghana Stock Exchange for annual fees to be paid by all public companies listed on the secondary market, and also consideration and creation of a price stabilization mechanism or an unlock program immediately. My fellow shareholders, in relation to all of the proposed and suggested reforms, it is hoped that the voices of other public companies will not remain silent. We must all speak out in the interest of growth of the economy of Ghana, because change is constant and also critical to to facilitate the orderly conduct of business in Ghana. In the poem, your fellow shareholders, called Piers Plowman, written in 1360 by the English poet William Langland, he wrote, quote, "Patience is a virtue," unquote. We have that at Banks DIH Limited, fellow shareholders. We have heard so many conversations over this price, and the share price is a function of many things, including broader macroeconomic and global market factors which are beyond our control. Our focus is on setting and delivering on our growth strategy, our operating and financial performance, and delivering growth and value for our shareholders, which is a key pillar of our strategy. We believe it's appropriate to consider total shareholders' returns, including dividends. Delivering growth and value for shareholders remains one of our key financial ambitions. It is one of the key pillars of our strategy, and fellow shareholders, we have a strong focus on this. The introduction of this newly incorporated holding company, Banks DIH Holding Inc., as a new ultimate parent of Banks DIH Limited Group, was a legal reorganization and did not by itself result in any immediate change to the underlying assets or business activities of Banks DIH Limited Group. The reorganization also involves certain other incorporation steps. In addition to Banks DIH Limited shareholders' approval of the scheme of arrangement, while these steps were completed over a period of time, for accounting purposes, all the steps were considered together as they were undertaken in the contemplation of the reorganization as a whole, and all of it was completed in 2024. From an accounting perspective, the share exchange is considered a transaction under common control and the group's accounting policy applied to the predecessor method. Therefore, accordingly, the Banks DIH Limited or Banks DIH Holding Inc. consolidated financial statements was presented as a continuation of the existing financial performance and the financial position of Banks DIH Limited Group. As such, at and for the year ending the 30th of September 2024, the consolidated financial statements of Banks DIH Limited or Banks DIH Holdings Inc. Group have included the historical financial information of Banks DIH Limited Group for both the period before and after the reorganization. This leaves my fellow shareholders that the court would have had before it evidence of what the scheme of arrangement means in terms of share price to be attached to the new shares to be issued by Banks DIH Holding Inc. And the last trading price on Monday the 20th of January was $184. And the closing price of Banks DIH Limited shares when it was delisted was $180. My fellow shareholders, I spoke a lot this afternoon about unlocked markets. Ghana is the only country that I know in the Caribbean, or even beyond the Caribbean, which do not have an unlocked market. And it's a very serious program in the capital market, very serious. Let me give you an example of what I'm saying. Last week, Monday, the shares was $184. Monday gone, the 27th. A person sold 1,000 shares. 1,000 shares for $170. This is what I'm going to say. You have 849,861,536 shares. Here are those numbers. And that person went through the brokers and sold 1,000 shares for $170. He took off 10%. Now you have 1 million shares and it was listed at 184 million, and somebody just took off $14 million off your value by selling 1,000 shares. That system does not work in this world. You can't have a company have increased revenues, increased profits, paying increased dividends, and a share value go down. And at the same time, you're talking about $13 to $14 billion in capital investments, which are disclosed with. So how do you operate a stock exchange without an admin. In the Caribbean, that share will not go on the listed market. It will be separate off. So it does not affect the major shareholders in the company. And that is what this company is preaching. Why don't they have an unlocked market? I spoke about it 2 years ago, I spoke about it last year. What is the problem? If they don't know what to do, call me and advise them, I will charge them free of cost. But it's not rocket science. Why are they not doing it? And that is where DIH Limited is so concerned. And that's why you say the other companies on the stock exchange are not voicing their opinion. Are they not understanding their jobs? Their job is to protect shareholders' values. That's what they're paid to do. Nothing else. Increase revenue, increase profit, increase dividends, shareholders. Because they're the ones who employ us. And they have to start to put that in the front burner and not on the back burner. I have no objection to the press writing articles. I mean, you can see the paper. I don't know how many times we have addressed plastic bottles and gifts and such. You got to call the accounts, the valuation. Why is the press not writing? I've applied to go public after 22 years. But what we got a problem with is that shareholders you got terrorism laws, you got a whole set of laws. Where did that price come from? And he wants to buy, or she wants to buy $1,000. Again, it can affect our whole stock exchange. It's the broker's responsibility to ask those questions. If the shares are being sold for $184, why do you want to offer $130? And if you don't put the right price, you're not going to take your order. I'm not saying you have the right to discriminate, but you have to be financial and apply your acumen to these kind of questions. Because why? Those same brokers control the pension schemes in Guyana. And during the delay, when this matter was going on since last week, July, what it was, they keep calling banks and telling banks that the share is worth zero. No. We stopped selling Banksburg. We stopped selling Coke. We still have this branch. We still have the big breweries. We still got trucks. So how the shares will be valued zero? I found the question so ludicrous and unbelievable. Become laughable. These are the people that were controlling the stock exchange and don't understand financial models and what's going on. These are the questions you're asking the press to question. Don't is this interpretation of answers that companies is rooted. And have a good example of it. 2 months ago, September, I think it was. I think you're really aware of the DIH, this company in the United States. It says they have one of the best ships in the island, and the shares jumped up tremendously in the stock exchange in America. Mr. Trump said he got $500 million, the other ones he got $1 billion, and then in 1 month, and in 1 month, we got faster ships on the smarter one, and others lost $600 million overnight. That is a stock exchange. Futuristic planning and how you run it. So all of these things is what I'm asking you to have control. And that's why what it takes to increase, the share in the value, etc. It's all about demands and supply. And I mentioned it over and over. My fellow shareholders, I think that when I told you about Those sell the shares for $4 and $6 and $10, almost financial exports. It is wrong. Banks limited shares are worth between $230 and $250. I think you can remember 6 years ago when Banks Limited bought back the shares of Banks Barbice. There's a lot of articles written what we're doing, what we're not doing. I don't know why. The company who bought Banks Barbice in 2018 has sold 2 weeks ago. Another company. The employees in that company Barbice don't know where the future is going. These mergers and acquisitions and these foreign companies, they have no feelings for people in their own country. And that makes it very dangerous for all of us. And that is why I would like to put on record our appreciation to the Mayor's Council of Georgetown for their support in the relocation of the vendors of the Member House properties. I think if you go around here now, you can so clear that this is with the presence of liberty in the commercial banks in Ghana. I think now is the time for the mayors and the councils of all districts to consider the sale of municipal bonds for the rebuilding of their markets, which must include parking facilities. I would not all of that if I'm a mayor today, because I don't aspire to be and you want to put up just pick a number of $100 million. The banks are saying not excess cash, but they're looking for good lending for borrowers. You borrow $100 million and you offer an interest rate of 4%. It's far better than the savings one from the bank and what the bank is earning. And I will say to you, for the first 5 years, I will give you a 4% interest. In the next 5 years, I will pay you back at 5% per year, rather than waiting to collect its inflation. I will go around with properties, and first of all, I will assign the right company to use a normal tool, which is a computer, and we go around and take pictures of all the properties. And what happens if you said that the wooden property is $100 per square foot, the carpet is $200. It takes you 1/10 of a second to calculate that. You pass this information on to a private company. Let them do the taxes for you. Let them take them to the court, and if you have you can sell your property and not advocate that. But at the end of the day, it takes 7% and gives the company 20%. So when we talk about when people use computer knowledge, these are the kind of financial models that we should have to start thinking in the future. You cannot see another property. No one says this and buy a property or a car. It's impossible. You have to borrow. And the value of the assets increases. It's only the car that appreciated. So I don't know why people are so scared to borrow. If you want to own something, you have to borrow. And when we talk about the capital reserves in the company, I think you're fully aware there are a lot of reports of capital reserves, finance, and what you do with capital reserves, the zero value, and it went on and on. I really want to ask people if banks executives don't understand how we're doing. Capital reserves, the reserve cannot use to pay dividends. The only thing is to pay on the shares. And when you look at the jurists writing laws, I know that the lawyers are already, it tells you as a student, you don't read the paragraph. You read 6 paragraphs before the paragraph 6 after. You call all of that little thing. And capital reserves are there. It can be used to pay bonus shares that are not. Now, why would this say that I'm using it? Because I think that I use it, the buyer, we use the seller to take it back. You use what is a bank dollar, and when it gets the period of the dividend, and you have the back. So the Jewish is the system that you're going to use capital reserves to the dividend. The same thing will happen with the contract account. The demand was to send visa accounts to the city. Corporate, and the law said, pass account. Why would you use this pass as an account? You know why? Because the account is not valid to the rules. It has to be approved and shareholder. This is a law. It's said all of that passed. It's never got. And that was not be used as a money of business. Because the shareholder says everything I don't know it. You can't answer it. The law is so precise. And that's why I think the shareholder will access to interpretation and right by paper, you can avoid all of this in the system. Even as the question of how do we pay dividends. It's there. It's there on page 6 of the annual report. At the 18th of July, DIH became a private company. On the 19th of July, it became a public company. 19th of July, it's a private company. The banks is open? No, it did that. Banks is going to take $650 billion a month in profit after taxes. 850, so $2.5 billion. So we had to pay dividend to the holding company, and we paid $1.1 billion. And that's also get the dividend in the months of October. How do you get the dividend now? This week, right? The holding company will have a dividend. At the end of September, banks is another $1 share, $800 million. So the company is dividend. Pays dividends as the holding company, and the holding company continues to pay the dividend. My purpose shareholders is another thing that I talk about this because it was important to you to understand what took place. I don't want to put this anymore. Maybe you'll have that again, I don't know. Because we do have a lot of plans for this company. And we just had to run into courts to get interpretation of laws to run a company. And now we operate under corporate governance and transparency, and the board makes those decisions, it will be right. And I think that both concepts are really misinterpreted. The power is in the shareholders. What does the shareholder want? The board of directors have complied. And if you read the order of the judge, he says that if the board of directors do not make any amendments as a sometimes you will policy zero. It's the wishes of the shareholders, and not the wishes of no one else. And this is what some of the persons are not to understand. They are functionary positions, not decisions made to tell the shareholder what he must do and what he must not do. One of our pillars in the company is employees, and we are very serious about that. The company and the general workers union were able to conclude negotiations within 30 hours of meetings. 30 hours we sat down and we discussed employee benefits. All due respect to the union and the representatives. So a lot of them work for us. We don't need to cross T's and dot I's. We know what we have to pay. We have a responsibility. We know cost of living. We monitor day, every week, every month. So when we sat down with the union, we have something called the Workers' Management Participation Board in the company. They are one of them is a director on the board, so you have no secrecy of hiding anything from employees. They discuss it, they made a recommendation, we put it to the union, and the union said, well, we don't know what's doing at 1%. We said, no, we can't afford it, and we took all this into consideration. What happened? And the first year, they're paying 11%. 11% is not an increment, 11% is on your current salary. So if one employee is working for 200,000, he gets 11%. If one is working for 300,000, he gets 11% of that figure. And you must say there's no employee in banks who work for $130,000 a year. Because you recognize your past service. The second year, we will give you 7, the next year we're going to give you 6. And that's 6, not because the employees are sitting here, you notice that sometime in the third year, in the last 20 years or how long it is, and the third year we also do a revision to measure cost of living, and sometimes that 6 can become 7 or 8, we don't know yet, subject to the company's profits and what we can afford, because salaries and wages is a fixed expense in any company. But on top of that, my fellow shareholders, we do a lot of benefits. I'm saying this today because I don't understand how come we short the workers. Today, banks will employ another 100 people to work in this company. You're looking for drivers, you're looking for service people, IT people, you're looking for electronics engineers. There's a whole list, and you can see it in the papers that we're advertising, and now we're adding what the benefits are. And let me tell you some of the benefits. You come to work before 6 o'clock, you have breakfast. And that's not just a cup of coffee. If you work through lunch, you pay for the lunch. And the lunch is not a sandwich. It's a full meal. I think after eating most of them to sleep earlier. We give you vacation after so many years service. Minimum 20, 30, 40, 50. It depends on your service. You get long service. You work with a company, you get a pension on top of the NIS benefits. You have something called conditions of employment. Every month each worker in this company, that goes to me. $16,500. My own is the same thing like any worker here in this branch. There's no difference between my own and that worker. The reason why, both of us go to the same store to buy our uniforms. Both of us go to the same place to buy our meals. So why should the chairman get bored? That doesn't work out. Standard. Each one of us gets the same amount regardless of your status. You have to like inconvenience allowances. If you go to town, you pay for that. If you stay out of town, we put you in a residence or hotel until we give you dental benefits. We give you optical benefits. We even give you burial benefits. On top of that, we pay a bonus every month, 30% of the salary, minimum. We give you biscuits, drinks for 4 or 5 times a day, biscuits every month. Christmas time, we give you another bonus. On top of that, sometimes in the month of December, they get it paid 4 or 5 times. Right. Then every 6 months, like in March, you get another bonus again, no problem. So all of these are benefits that we respect to the employees. And now the government has said 50,000 a month overtime tax-free. So everybody want to work overtime. And we told them that's not going to work. The plants have to run. So all of these things we do because employees is a pillar. Is one of the pillars of this company, and we have to make sure that they're well paid and well satisfied. Like fellow shareholders, we will always remain committed to sustainability, inclusiveness, and corporate responsibility. Our initiatives have gained recognition, position us as a forward-thinking company that value both profit, purpose, and people. You have read your annual reports, you've seen the numbers already, and the profit before tax to the company was $16.9 billion compared to $14.5 the year before, an increase of $2.5 billion or 70%. And the profit after tax for the group attributable to shareholders of the parent company increased from $8.9 billion to $10.6 billion, an increase of $1.6 billion or 80%. And the board has recommended a dividend or a proposal of $2.60, which is approved, and that would result in the overall cost to the company of $2.2 billion as compared to $1.8 billion in the previous year, an increase of $340 million or 80%. And the profit before tax for banks DIH Limited, as I said earlier, for the period October 1 to 23 to July 18 was $10.5 billion. And while the profit before tax for banks limited after the period, it was $2.8 billion. And that is why we were able to pay dividends to the parent company. Our revenue has exceeded our expectations with a remarkable increase of 11% and a net profit increase of 80% compared to the previous year. Our customer satisfaction programs that we implemented during the year has also been seen significant improvement, thanks to our commitment to quality service and continuous improvement. It also reflects the trust our customers place in us and our unwavering focus on meeting their needs. We have launched new products, my fellow shareholders. We have launched an XM, aged 25 years old Caribbean Finest Rum, classic beer, Minute Maid food coolers, and King's Danish pastries, which have been well received by our customers. These innovations not only reinforce our position as industrial leaders, but also pave the way for future growth opportunities. Now you might ask me the question, what is King's Danish pastry? We do recognize our employees. This employee works in the pastry division at Thurscraft. And because, no, she works at OMG, my apologies. She works at OMG restaurant and they make their own pastries sometimes for the breakfast in the morning or after lunch. She created a pastry which is unbelievable. Never saw it in Ghana. Because most of it is seen in Europe and France and those countries. But I don't know where she got the idea from. She did it. It was approved by the board, and the sales, I think, is over 5,000 pieces a month. So we have to name the pastry after her. The word Kings is our name. So our name now is a legacy now in Max. Forever in this company, we can have Kings Danish pastry, and that was created by the employee. It wasn't Reese Danish pastry. It's Kings Danish pastry. I don't remember how she's smiling. She's a happy person, very happy. I mean, we're so glad that we can work with her on these things. We have done a lot of work. We opened the elevated car park with fellow shareholders. We're putting a lot of new equipment in the company. We do go-to-market programs, new trucks, new forklifts, new dispensers. But I want to talk something now about this new budget, what we plan to do. Your company has allocated $13.2 billion for this expansion program next year, or in this current year. First of all, we're building a new beer bottling plant. Now this new beer bottling plant, I will talk about it under the questions area. But we need a new beer bottling plant because of the program that what we have. The company, right now, I think you're aware of some of the shortages that we're suffering. To build a new program, DIH is limited. In 2023, 22, 23 management accounts of management planning, we knew to ourselves in 2025, this market is going to grow. We knew to ourselves that in 2025, it might be pumping as much as 1 million barrels of oil per day. So it wasn't rocket science for us to sit down and plan this company out. To do this in the beer division, there are 3 aspects of the beer plant. That's why I focus in mind on making dal at home, where you're cooking dal. There's a big pressure cooker. And if you cook it and you leave it outside, it will spoil. You got to put it in the refrigerator. The same thing before you can consume it. The same program is making beer. So what we have to do, the first thing we have to do, because if you cook the dal and don't have a fridge to put it in, it will spoil. So the first step we did was to expand the cellars. And that is the one which holds the beer. Because now we are talking about 900,000 cases of beer and Guinness per month. Right now we're doing 450, 460. We're going to double it, and still we're short of 100,000. So we're going to double it up now, because that is our plan, incrementally increases. This year we'll go to 600 and 750. So we are planning this program for another 10 years. Our technology now is 10 years, not 20 anymore. So the first thing we did, we built the cellars, which can hold the beer because it carries 2 cycles. So it's 1.5 million gallons of beer to 1 case. 1.5 gallons of beer liquid to 1 case of beer. So we had to build this system to hold this beer for 14 days, because it takes 14 days from brewing to bottling. That has been completed in 2024. Then we went and we had to build a new brew house, because you can't brew, 450, you got to sell us for 900. So we bought a new brew house. That was installed, and that could produce 900,000. The next step was the beer bottling plant. Our plan was to start to negotiate this year, right now, this month, January. But I was surprised the demand started to climb, so we had to activate the plan. Step number 1, we called the suppliers and said, I'm interested in buying a new plant to do roughly 500,000, 600,000 cases here a month. I said, no problem, you got to join the line. What line? He said, I got 63 customers in front of you. And every plant you buy is not like buying a car. It has to be built to suit you. So he said, what are we going to do? We can't go to an alternative because Colas company from Germany is investing in the brewing industry. We have beer cellars, we have beer brewers, we have 2 soldering plants in them, so we can't find another second supplier, spare parts, management training, with total confusion. So he said, like, you have to wait till 27. For our luck, I don't believe in luck, it happened, that he calls and said there's a company, it was in Argentina, who stepped out of the system, and we said, here, you have a chance to come in. One condition. You have to pay us down payment $8 million in 4 days. If you don't pay $8 million, you wait for 2 more years. Well, banks never did runs a strong cash flow. You look at our books, we got $25 billion in the bank. But we also have some US money that we keep from our exports here because of the same reason. Because we have gone through all those programs in the 70s and 80s without no foreign exchange. So we kept this money specifically to when, if this is to happen or when this plan will. So we pay out the money. We're getting the plant. As I stand here today, our engineers are in Germany this morning. They're looking at the plant to see that it's being built according to our rules or whatever we have to do. We hope to have this plant in Guyana by the 5th of May. I see Mr. Fada shaking his head because he got to finish the building on the 4th of May. The plant will be here the 5th of May and we're going to start installing it. So this is the new beer plant which the company is getting. For the first time, we just put in another soft drink plant. We have brewing one, and now we are complying to make soft drinks in both plants, spicy flavors, cold, Sprite, made beverages. Those 2 plants can produce 950,000 cases of soft drinks a month. You will not believe it. Your company sells over 750,000 cases of soft drinks per month. So these plants are really high-tech, fast pre-production plants. And human eye can't see the speed of these bottles. So we are doing that. But on top of that, for the first time, we have ordered another canning line. We will be putting beer, Guinness, all the products into cans. We even will put soft drinks into cans too. All of this is being planned with this new budget, which is enforced now. We have to increase in the filters in the cellars because you can't have 2 plants producing the same product. You got to do one, we can do beer, one to do Guinness, so you have to buy different fillers, different systems to make them compatible with the operations. You have to buy new boilers, new generators, new filters for the raw plant. To produce all of this stuff, you got to sell it, so you got to get new trucks, new forklifts. Last but not least, we just bought 40 acres of land, which we are developing right now. As I said earlier, Berbice contractors are working in that land too for us. We are developing that land to develop lands, which we call it Tourist Park 2. We already have drawings, this is what it's going to look like. Now that's 40 acres of land, is nearly twice the size of Tourist Park. But we have to build, we have a lot of plans of things we're going to put on that land with other shareholders. And that's what I'm telling you, don't sell the shares. Don't sell the shares. Banks is going to go, what you see today is already infant state, according to me. You're going to double these profits, triple these profits up in another 8 to 10 years. Citizen Bank, one of our subsidiaries, have also done very good. The profit before tax was 3.7 billion compared to 3.2 before a year, and they made a $500 million increase. Another subsidiary, Banks Automotive, which is in car business, we are doing good with that. All the cars that Toby brought in, they made a profit of $7.4 million last year before tax. All the cars that Toby brought in were sold, we have more in order. And let me say this to you, Banks is buying Chinese cars. America is buying Chinese cars. Chinese, the most advanced people in with electrical cars, so you bring in electric cars too. One of Banks' new cars sells for $5.7 million. That's for the same price for a used one, right? So think twice before you buy a used car. You sell motorbikes. Your company became the supplier of bike and air conditions in the country. The largest air conditioning company in the world, out of Japan, has signed a contract with us. And we're now selling Daikin air conditioners. Why? The temperature is changing. Just look around where you live in Amsterdam. You can see how many homes have air conditioning now. Look at all the offices, the place you're working. Everything is air conditioned. There's no longer the MRI shutters and windows and doors. Everything is in air conditioned now. Even in the home, you got to put air conditioning in that bedroom. So, that's the way ahead of the curve. You drive around, I drive around all in the buildings there, and see how many houses got air conditioning. And I said, that sounds to me like a good business. So I called Mr. Hussein, and now we're doing air conditioning business. All of these things, like fellow shareholders, we do because you understand what the business is all about. Mr. Banzio was very humble. You know, these branch managers, then, when they're giving their reports, they mean well. But well for me is, we must know what they're doing. And we don't expand this building by larger warehouses, do it over the front, and it doesn't generate profit. In this branch, New Amsterdam, they sold $4.9 billion. They're all numbers here. $4.9 billion. They increased it by $562 million over the last year. But $5 billion is a lot of money. You know, they complained, chairman, that they had all the physical stuff. They got more beer than the year before. They got more Guinness than the year before. They got more soft drinks than the year before. More biscuits, more ice cream. But human nature, the more you get, the more you want. But he's done good. Mr. Pasquio is a superb team leader, and you're here to speak today. It's an excellent performance by this branch and the financial results. And I'm looking forward that next year when I get back here, maybe we'll be talking about $8 billion. And I don't like deduction, I like increase. So Mr. Pasquio, I'm challenging you, and congratulations to you and your staff for a job well done. And again, I want to thank you for this wonderful stuff that you did to give us. I think all of us appreciate it. So let's give them a round of applause. I also want to share some information with you of what the New Amsterdam branch, the Citizen Bank, is doing. And today we do have Director Andy is here with us, the Director of Citizen Bank, Mr. Bart Smith. We're all directors of Citizen Bank. Mr. Joe. Mr. Sid, we all sit in Citizen Bank, both the directors, and they do understand these numbers that I'm calling and where they're going. The New Amsterdam branch, for the period ended September 30th, they've delivered commendable results and in which they reflect the steady growth of the bank. For the year they did $77 million in revenue, an increase of 3.4%. And the loans, they've given out more loans this year. They've given out $109 million more in loans. And the loan balance is now, and the bank is standing at $500 million, $500 million. They've received more deposits. It was increased by $347 million. Today the bank stands at $2.9 billion. Now if I take revenue of 2.9 and loans of 500, something's wrong in the gap. You guys got to come and borrow some more money from us, right? And the interest rates are adjusted. Interest rates is a matter of demand and supply. And I think the bankers, including Citizen Bank, is realizing now that this excess liquidity, we have to go back at these rates. So I want to congratulate Natasha again and the team in the bank for their contribution to the company and to Citizen Bank. I want to continue to support you. I spoke this afternoon with fellow shareholders of share value. We have met all the audit qualifications from our ISOs and Coca-Cola. So we're very serious about quality control. We believe in the community in which we live, in which we work. We offer work study programs, training departments, facilities, employee shareholders, scholarships. You know, we give a lot of employees and students who want to go to the University of Guyana. But what I want to say today is this. I am not getting enough requests from the branches pertaining to NGOs. All these areas are NGOs. Banks give out $6.1 million a year to organizations, Red Cross. Okay, Red Cross in Guyana. But everywhere I go this week in all the branches, I'm hearing about certain requests for certain things individually in these areas. And I'm not seeing the requests. I've opened up the door this afternoon. Send me letters. Send me letters. Just like how we give school children money, it is here. I want specific donations to go to certain organizations in Amsterdam. It must not be under only Tosper. So next year when I come here, if I'm here, I will make sure it goes to the board of directors. But this has to be something done now, because we can't talk about community and the areas we sell our products and we don't look at certain supports. So that is a given now, my fellow shareholders and friends. You don't have to be a shareholder, it has to be an organization, and you must be registered for NGO purposes and tax purposes. All of these things we are doing because we believe in the future of this country. My fellow shareholders and friends, I would be remiss in not extending my profound gratitude for the sustained dedication and guidance provided by our board of directors. The board has been a driving force behind our progress over the past financial year. I also want to thank our leadership teams and employees for the commitment. Additionally, on behalf of the board of directors, we want to reaffirm our commitment to transparency and excellence. We are dedicated to keeping you informed about our progress and challenges, and as we move forward together, I extend my sincere appreciation to our valued shareholders, our suppliers and our customers. Your steadfast support and collaboration have been the bedrock of our achievements, and it is my hope that we each carry these commitments into the new financial year as we embark on this journey together. In conclusion, my fellowship, ladies and gentlemen, permit on my own behalf and that of the board of directors to extend to you and your loved ones an exciting, productive, and rewarding 2025. Thank you very much. This is the time, my fellow shareholders, for questions. Well, I received 2 or 3 good questions, which I'd like to share with you. I think I spoke about one just already, about Banks DIH Limited. Just give me a second. The performance of what we plan to do with the brewery. That was a question asked by the one shareholder. What are the plans to correct the shortages? Well, I said, please be patient with us. We are working. As a matter of fact, the beer plant employees work 24 hours a day. One shift works 12 hours, the next shift works 12 hours, and that is 6 days a week. I think today we only get Sundays off. Now, that is not a good way for us, because we are very serious, I said, with employees. These employees are not spending time with their families, with their children, 6 o'clock. They don't gotta be there for 6 o'clock, so I'm sure they're out to bed by 4:30, 4 o'clock. They don't get home maybe till like 7:30 at night. So they get 8 hours sleep, and they're doing this 6 days a week for the last year. We try to bring on relief people to help them, but some of them are not skilled enough to run a plant. We have maintenance people working in the plant. They just can't put a junior person to go and change their part and use the electronic plant. So it's a tough program that we have to maintain this production. And that's why we are ordering this. We did forecast that this would happen. It was just a matter of logistics management and timing. So be patient with us. We got to correct this. We're definitely going to correct it. And I want it to be known today. Let me be frank about this. I have no apologies to give, no one else. Banks DIH Limited will be the only brewery in this country. It will be the only brewery which will bottle beer in Ghana. No foreign company will come to this country and bottle beer. None. You know, you have to understand our culture. Look at this sign. There's a sign behind this. It's called freshness is domestic. That doesn't mean you have to shower your fresh. Freshness of domestic means you're supporting local content. You're supporting your local people. Right? Those companies who are coming here and sell beer, anybody wants a share in their company? No. Are they selling shares in Ghana? No. Where are the profits going? Out of the country. And beer is a food, as I said just now. You can't ship down to Trinidad or to Barbice. Beer is a food. Carbohydrates. We are not going to roll over. And let me tell you about this. The president of Guyana and the government of Guyana is fully involved in this brewery expansion program. Fully, to the 102%. When I saw the president, he said, you do what you have to do. And within 15 minutes, what I wanted, I got. And that's why we're getting this plan going. So have no doubts in your mind. The government of Ghana is supporting local content, like Mr. Ali says, one Guyana. Better believe in that. He's a very serious person with that topic. Local content. We must support local content. It's the only way we're going to stand up and be recognized. When we had no foreign exchange, we couldn't pass through Trinidad and put it sit on the bench. Now today, everybody wants to come together. No, that's kind of work. So I'm very serious with this. I have no apologies to give no one on this topic. Banks DIH Limited will be the only company that will produce beer in this country. And that is why we're buying a new plant, that we're buying a canning line, and that's why we're doing all these things. Because why? Banks beer is an icon of a beer. You want international medals over and over and over. It's not a beer that which, is bad. It's a quality product. Why do you think Guinness allows to bottle the product in Ghana? It's the largest production of Guinness in the Caribbean is done in Guyana because Banks DIH Limited is qualified to make a quality product. Same thing with Coca-Cola. You might not know this, but they have something called secret shoppers. Coca-Cola has, and Guinness, they have people in Ghana who I don't know. You go and buy the product, you put it in a bag or a box, and they ship it up to Coca-Cola to Guinness people, checking on the quality, right? And this is going on for years. I've been trying to investigate who these people are. Because some of the reports were not according to what we were seeing. And then after time, we were able to find out that the person was buying the Coca-Cola products, like they buy a case or 2 cases last year, August, and they ship it up in February. The date was not the right date. Since then, Coca-Cola is coming to banks every month. Every month in Banks DIH Limited, even the last week. Why? Because of the relationship. You want to build better relationships. These are things that we go through. So even in the restaurant business, we got secret shoppers. And we really staff don't know this. But we have people who go to the restaurants and they buy our products, right? See the service, and then they will write the chairman a report. We do this, we're not spying on anybody. But we want our staff to understand that this company got 15,393 shareholders. And I don't know 15,000 of them. And they can write me a letter and they can stand up at this meeting and ask me a question. And I don't intend to defend any incompetence. So these are things that what we do in the company. Now we come to the question that the shareholder asked me, is the Chinese getting out of here? No. Come on, guys, this person can't. These people who write this on social media can't be serious. Banks DIH Limited has about 6,000, 10,000 outlets out there. Some of them are even shareholders who are sitting here today. We don't do this. We operate with a computerized system. We can go into the system today and tell you what you have bought in the last month, last day, last week, last year. We know exactly what you're getting. But I don't swear by any bank's employee, don't get me wrong. Because they do have people who will do the opposite of what they tell them to do. But at the end of the day, we look at the numbers. We sell 250,000 cases a beer a month, and the Chinese are only getting 6,800. That's 3%. You think banks is going to pass our moms and pop stores who was been with us for 69 years? We just put up 6,000 coolers in the last 2 years in the market. We give coolers free. You know that. Come and deals with it. You have to paint up a shop. Maybe not everybody's shop is painted up. But we don't discriminate. That is wrong. Why? Because let me tell you, it was a Chinese economic program. 101 class. Drop price, own business, right? Raise price. You know what I'm talking about, right? Chinese come deliver to you, they sell the products cheaper. Next morning, you're out of business, they raise the price. Simple economic programs. But we can't discriminate against the Chinese, they're also business. So we have to make sure that everybody gets what they're entitled to get, because everybody gets staff, employees, investment. So those who write these things about Chinese getting out of beer, you gotta come from 1 to 10. My fellow shareholders and friends, next week, you'll be hearing a lot about a program called the Loyalty Customer Program. Each one of the shareholders is going to receive an ID card with a number which is going to use the shareholder number on that card. It's not a voting card, so don't get us wrong. It's not a card you get 100,000 with, right? This is a bank's card, bank's loyalty card. We're going to invite other customers, not only shareholders, to be a member of this club. What is going to happen whenever you buy a product? Let's take the month of February, for example. You might say that's the month of Golden Harvest bread or Coca-Cola, whichever one. You just keep your receipt, and then we're going to pull. We're going to pull 30 winners every month. You're going to receive cash money, 20,000, you might even get gifts. So every month you're going to be rewarded. And every customer who supports Bank And that is our loyalty program. You will hear more about it. It is fully designed already, and all you have to do is have the press conference. And that is why we emphasize on this thing. Freshness is domestic. And let me make it clear to other companies, you can't use this. Freshness is domestic is registered in the courts. We registered that slogan. And the last time we did, I'm a Guyanese, every time people are using it. This one is registered in court. You touch it, you're going to hear from our lawyers. I spoke a lot about the holding company. Cheryl asked the question. I said already, a holding company is one which has one key reason, the limited liability. You could look at tax benefits, you could consolidate the company assets, and all that fall under the holding company. As I mentioned earlier, and that's why I mentioned it, it was a question put to me in the meeting, or wrote to me. They said, Mr. Chairman, I've taken note that in the notice of the meeting, there is no recommendation for charitable donations. Is this an omission? Well, it was not an omission. It does not fall under the holding company anymore, because as a financial company now, investment company. But it fell under Banks DIH Limited, and we did allocate out $6,080,000. But I want that number now to include, or not to include, to add to it, in these areas that we operate in all these branches. So those are some of the questions I received with fellow shareholders and friends. If you have any questions this afternoon, I'm open for it. See, there are microphones around. I'll give you an opportunity to ask a question. Well, if not got you any questions, well.
Yes, you have one question. Very special good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Chairman, my name is Leon Faria. I want to say good afternoon to all the guests. I have one question, and it really regards to any mail or postal being served from Banks DIH to the post office that are not really met well to its destination. Even though they are packages, and they're paper packages, sometimes books, they're being thrown at your gate and leave between the fences to get wet, especially when it's raining. And I'm thinking that something ought to be done about that. Because it's important to know that we can have our updates and we can have our packages or our notices from Banks DIH, sir. And I'm hoping that somebody can do something about that.
Okay. Thank you very much for the question. It's a question that we raised on numerous occasions because some shareholders will call us and say, yes, today's the AGM, we don't have this people aware. Let me just put it in the context of what the law says. The law says that we have to ship that out 21 days before the AGM. And beyond the Georgetown area, like the rural areas, it has to be 23 days. We mail out all the annual reports before those days, so not to have any infringement according to the annual general meeting regulations. We do realize, because sometimes we get back these envelopes like next week, and just come back to us and say they can't find, or nobody, or whatever, they give some excuse. And then the shareholders said, but I'm still living there. So we don't know what is really going on with the post office. We have discussed this with the right authorities on many occasions. But let me go further. These printed documents, like one shareholder he said, if you could print the document larger because you can't read it. Or these are questions come to us. 50% of our dividends paid are done electronically through the bank. People don't print annual reports anymore. They publish it on the website because of the cost. You got to print 14,000, 16,000 books. You got to mail it out, you got to stamp it. Everyone now goes on the website. So a notice comes in the paper and said, on that date, the 25th of January, at 5 o'clock, there's an annual general meeting. It's on the website. Now the question remains this. You still require an invitation to enter the meeting, but not only books. Because if the chairman is called for a poll vote or a hand vote, you have to be registered with the company. So how do you enter it? We don't have your ID number to say that you are that name attached to that ID. So there are a lot of legal matters we have to take into the consideration if we are to go to the system of putting the annual report on the website, and then we're going to have a legal problem of you entering the meeting. So it's not easy. Where the dividends are concerned, that is easy. Because if you give us your account number, right, the money is automatically transferred into your account. And that can be done in a few minutes. I would say the first step we require from you is if you have a bank account, like a citizen bank or any bank, give it to us so we can move that in a very fast way so you can get your money. What we have noticed, and I'm not criticizing anyone here this afternoon, some people get these books and they keep the invitations, they're not shareholders, and they turn up at the meeting to get the drinks and the beer and the gift. It happens. We live together. The legal problem, they're voting at a meeting which is illegal for them to vote. But we can't ask you for your ID card if you come to that gate this afternoon. We are still in this world of not getting to where we're supposed to be. But the question is a good question, very good question. And all I can do is to tell you, you can't change the invitation to become a meeting because let's take where we had a special meeting. You know, we ran that meeting like an election with a ballot box to make sure that you don't have any persons who are not legal to vote here. We got to continue talking to the post office. And we're trying our best now to bring it up to 30 days, not 22 and 23 days, but then we got printing. Now we got all the subsidiaries of companies to finish all the accounts, to merge them, to consolidate them, to do it, auditors reports. You can't finish all of this, in 3 months. It's very difficult. But that's not an excuse. We have to improve and make sure you do receive your book. Thank you, sir, for your question. Any other questions?
Good evening, sir.
Yeah.
I must congratulate you and your team. Although taking the wind out of my sails, of my intention to complain about the disappointing loss of excitement and quality of service at Debico, that you have finally recognized the unfortunate inadequate condition of Debico. Their 3% growth is reflective of the overdue need for revamping the whole operation. So thank you for dealing with that. Congratulations on the installation of a new plant at Thirst Park. But with your access to reports from your branches and sales teams, marketing teams, planning teams, why has the company been caught napping? With very sorry, I've lost my place. 1 second. Yes, why has the company been caught napping with very unacceptable losses of sales due to the deficient levels of meeting sales demands? Should we not be investing in even more plants so as not to be caught napping again? Imagine how much higher our branches increase in percentage growth would have been. And thank you for finally recognizing the high quality of Berbician talent, which, if further increased, would further improve the quality of BAC's DIHI leadership and performance. With respect to the NGOs, we have an organization in New Amsterdam called Literacy Empowerment Assistance Foundation, helping children who can't afford to go to school, So I will get them to write to you for some assistance. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't want to go back over the question about what we do and how we plan. Napping means that you're not planning at all. You're not looking forward to doing nothing. Every business has the curves. Which go up and which go down. You can build, for example, let me give you one here. How many apartments are being built in Ghana right now? Put that on the side. 2 years ago, we passed Thirst Park on the south side. We saw Santos back up there by DSL company. And the guys are parked the trucks there looking for a sale. Somebody stopped to buy a truckload of sand. Then the country started boom with roads. And they saw no sand trucks. And everybody went and bought a sand truck. And I can give you the figures out of my head, because I sit in the bank. 40,000, 7 for trucks, 7 for gas, and 7 for staff. All the broken down numbers. And then you saw no sand trucks. Go back there last week, you will see sand trucks park again. The sand trucks park again around the same spot because there are no customers to buy. What happened? The contractors bought their own trucks. So they said, I'm not sharing the key. It's the way you plan. Planning got to do with logistics and it got to do with long term. As I said to you earlier, we knew in 25 what would happen. Now you look at Thirst Park with the brewery, and there's a question mark. The brewery requires water, steam, electricity, supply chain to run it. DIH Limited does not offer any services out of this complex. The only thing goes outside of Torch Park is the finished power. So you have our own wells, own water, own generation systems, everything. When we decided to do this beer plant, as I said to you, it's not like going and buy a raw plant. I mean, this we did. Buy a raw plant, is installed and run in a few less than a year. But in the beer industry is a different program. Totally different. You can't buy one part and don't do that part. And the logistics of it, as I said earlier, storage, manufacturing, bottling. Putting the whole package together, it will cost you $80 to $100 million US. Let me tell you this stock exchange here now. If banks did not have the cash flow to do that, and we had to go out and search for how long it would have taken us 5 years to draw prospectors through the Security Council. A simple thing like, but we had a company took 18 months. How long will we be going through the process of raising that money? We go to the bank to borrow that money. They can't let us. Because this single borrow limit cannot suffice one bank's loan. So we have to go to 6 or 7 banks or even maybe go overseas. That's another 4 years. So it doesn't matter how you look at the time you want it. It's the time of the process of doing it. Now go back 2 years, right? And even last year, there are a lot of questions about foreign exchange. Go back 3 years, and there's no foreign exchange. So to find the foreign exchange to do these projects is all logistics management. And I agree with you, but the word napping don't mean that we're not doing nothing. We're not planning. We didn't get caught in our pants, no? Because we knew today, the production is still this month, like yesterday. Let me give you a number quick. Yesterday we produced 30,000 cases of beer in 1 day. Multiplied by 20 days, 600,000 cases of beer. It means it's a bit, but what has happened? The plant is old. We call them maintenance, can't work with people. So this plant, sir, is, I wish I had a one, and I could do everything in 5 minutes. But plants is not mapping. We know this program, how we never put it. Like we knew the soft drinks industry would grow. We knew the soft drinks industry wanted more products. And today we just completed 2 weeks ago 2 major operations at the plants. The only thing we're left now to do is to finish the beer marketing plant. And then we got some other products. I think today we're going to get snack foods. Banks bring up back to snacks. And our demand is telling us we can't produce enough. So we are already looking at buying 4 or 5 more machines to enhance the production. Nothing is a crystal ball, but we work towards having it done in a speedy manner. I wish we had 2 plants tomorrow morning. All of us would be happy. Thanks for the question. Any other ones? Well, I thank you again for these questions. You know, a lot of the questions I asked you last week.
Not so much a question. Thank you, Director Mr. Reese, and all other directors, shareholders, a pleasant afternoon. I rise to congratulate this company, Banks DIH, for the services provided to our Guyanese citizens over the year. But most importantly, in this town of New Amsterdam, as mayor, I'm particularly pleased with the level of service given to our citizens by Mr. Baslio and staff of this New Amsterdam branch. I wish to commend you on the particular note. Freshness is domestic. As Guyanese, I'm particularly proud to be associated with this company. More so, I wish to extend a depth of gratitude to Banks DIH for your sponsorship during our last Tongue Day activities, in particularly those education activities which would have fostered the educational development of our students, of our pupils within this town of New Amsterdam and its environs. As a stakeholder, we will continue to work with this great company as we aspire to demonstrate what true excellence is. Once again, special thanks to you and the entire team at Banks DIH Limited.
We do appreciate your partnership. Thank you very much for those kind words. And I don't think we will stop supporting the programs in New Amsterdam. As I said, I want to add more to community development. And we have to do it as a part of our commitment. So thanks again for all. Please enjoy the rest of the evening and please be careful and drive home safe. God bless. All the best.
Thank you, Mr. Rees. I'm sure that the information shared with us today has definitely strengthened our commitment to Banks DIH Holding and has indeed been insightful for all. At this time, I wish to invite Ms. Gifford, who will present some words of appreciation.
Chairman of Banks DIH, Mr. Clifford Rees, directors, shareholders, special invitees, members of the media, fellow employees. The pleasure is mine to express sincere thanks to everyone who contributed to making this occasion a success. A heartfelt thank you to those who supported us throughout the year, providing invaluable cooperation and confidence in our company as we work towards our goals. Special thanks to our chairperson, chairman, directors, and executive team members who are here with us. Thank you to the catering service, building and transportation department, and the dedicated employees of Berbice branch for creating a welcoming space for this meeting. All of your collective efforts contributed in making this meeting a remarkable success. Once again, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Gilford. It has truly been a pleasure for us to be with you this afternoon. The meeting has been very productive and we do invite you to stay and mingle with us. We also have some refreshments for you to participate in. I would like to highlight some of our team members who are here so that you know who you can engage with. And also we do have Ms. Diana Ryan. She is in front from our shares office, to meet with you if you have any questions about your shares. For our directors who have already been identified, Mr. Carlton John and Mr. Diana C. Paul, we also have Mr. Shabir Hussein here with us and Mr. Ronald Smith with his family, directors for Banks DIH Holdings Inc. We have our executives, Ms. Strays Cavern Kite Williams, the Human Resources Chief Executive and our General Counsel, Mr. Ramesh Duku, our Business Development Executive, Mr. Desmond Gajraj, who is the General Manager for Demico, Mr. Matthew Kendall, our Brewmaster, and Mr. Diolaus Sherman, our Warehouse Executive. Additionally, we have quite a few members from our sales team here, our brand managers, Mr. Lee Baptiste, Mr. Colin King, Mr. Keon Taylor, Ms. Shanita Fredericks, Mr. Brain, Dwayne Bristol, Mr. Derwin Chase, Mr. Vishnu Prasad, and Mr. Mark Baker. We have some additional team members who came here to spend some time with us this afternoon and to meet with you. We have a legal officer, Mr. Limar Williams, our Human Resources Manager, Ms. Lakshmi Ramkaran. We also have one of our engineers here with us this afternoon, Mr. Owen Branham and Mr. Monroe. All here to spend time with you in Berbice. Please take time to engage with us and meet with us. My name is Sonia Forrester, and it has been a pleasure to be with you this afternoon. This meeting is adjourned.
Afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, good afternoon all.
So, he's checking to see if you can hear me.
Good afternoon all. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Let me know when you're ready. Pleasant good afternoon, Berbice, New Amsterdam. It's an honor and a privilege to be here at Banks Stakeholders 2025, where we're using the slogan, freshness is domestic, buy local. I'm here with the General Manager, Mr. Berbice. Pleasant afternoon to you, sir.
Thank you.
I'm so pleased and honored with the amount of things that I have been learning with this gathering. It's my first time being here. And I realize that Banks DIH is focusing a lot on education, supporting young entrepreneurs, especially the education program. Is that something that is going to be continuous going forward? Or is it something that we're going now based on our finances that we have available?
Well, our company is part of our program to support education. And we know that education is key to success. And once you have educated people, your company will benefit from that. And as such, the company will continue to move from strength to strength. And we will have, the company will continue to grow from strength to strength, and as you can see from the results, there's been a yearly growth, and we will continue to grow, providing once we have continued increased production, our sales is there, the demand is there, so we'll continue to move from strength to strength.
I'm also seeing where we have a new transformation in our building, and that is all credit to the sales from this Berbice location. And I'm hearing in the streets the remarkable job that you do relating to your customers and dealing with your staff. You've been here for a number of years, and everyone that I've interacted with speaks highly of you. I want to commend you on that. Normally, Banks DIH are also involved in events planning, like you used to do at Guinness in the street football and all of these kind of things. Are we going to be seeing much more of that in this coming year?
Presently, we already have a Guinness in the street football plan, beginning from March 17th and 15th. So from March, we will be having another Guinness in the street football. It's already been finalized, and it will be going through.
But that is a very, 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 very good look. I'm hearing that we're expecting and projecting to be producing at least 1 million cases of beer with this new plant. Now, that's a remarkable thing. they're saying that we are going to be the only company in Guyana that is going to be bottling beer. But I like the idea of putting the beers now in cans, where we're going to be doing the canned products. Yes. Is there a specific date that persons can be looking for to have this new rollout with the canned beers and the canned Guinness?
I will say probably sometime September, October we're looking at
in this year. That is a very good Mr. I want to give you thanks and respect for accommodating us. Keep doing the very good work. We are going to be here supporting Banks DIH, encouraging the local dining and abroad to buy our products, support our products because it's a fine product. The Banks beer is world renowned. I've nothing beats up our Banks. And then we have this new classic that is out now, this new classic beer. Yes. So we are expanding our products and it's a very good look. 2025 and beyond. Freshness is domestic, buy local.
Thank you for the kind words. Maybe all Guyanese should continue to support local. And what the chairman and streets support local, the government is supporting local content, and we all should engage local product produced. So with that being said, our company will continue to do, and thanks again for the support.
So we're always going to be here for you, Mr. Barkley. I know that you have tons of people you have to meet. I want to give you thanks and respect for giving us some time, speaking to the people that who are watching the live stream, and for 2025 and beyond, bigger and brighter things for Banks DIH. Paper, the General Manager, Mr. Barkley. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you. Banks DIH Stakeholders Conference. Freshness is domestic, buy local. Thank you very much for supporting us. Thank you very much for the stream. Please leave a comment, like, subscribe, and share. Date 2025. Manners and respect. Thank you again, sir. Thank you.
Let's review our media. Congratulations. Watch out.
Where's Riyadh? Chairman. What's his name again?
Mr.
Clifford Reese.
Mr. Small, and you're in charge of
Mr. Security.
Mr. I'm the media team. I usually Your name is Mr. Fada, right? And he's they have
Director of Marketing.
Director of Marketing, right? So we're doing a little interview. We're doing a live right now for Mr. Vazdio, right? So we're gonna interview you. I hope you don't mind.
So you got any questions?
Yeah. He's gonna ask you the questions. Simple questions. Not too tough.
Director of Marketing, right?
Yeah, Director of Marketing. So myself and this guy, we're the team now for promoting Banks here at GG here in Berbice.
Oh, you are?
Yes. We do a lot of lives on television now too.
Yes,
on the radio side.
Your name again, sir? Carlton Reed.
Carlton Joam. Selfie for Reed.
Okay.
Carlton Joam.
Director of Marketing, right?
Yeah.
Good afternoon, folks. This is a festive time. We are here at Banks DIH Stakeholders, where we say freshness is domestic 2025. I'm here. Welcome to the program, sir. This is the director of marketing. I had such an honor being here, my very first time witnessing such an event since I've been here. And I'm totally amazed by the growth and the numbers that I'm hearing and the focus and the emphasis that Banks DIH has put in to grow the company and to interact with their customers. Now, as the director of marketing, we see that everywhere we go now we can see Banks DIH products being advertised. We've seen it on the radio, we've seen it at local events. Is that a strategic plan for 2025 or is something that has been put into work for a number of years?
Thanks for having me and a good afternoon to your viewers. It's been a wonderful time with Banks. We've been with the communities in which we serve for over 69 years since the first company, Banks DIH Limited, was formed back in 1956. This is the first year for the holding company, so we've held these meetings again under the holding company. But what's critical here is the connection with the communities in which we serve. This is our 5th meeting. We've been across the country. We started in Torres Park. Last Saturday we were in Essequibo, then we went to Bardico, we were in Linden on Friday, and now we're concluding in the wonderful county of Berbice in New Amsterdam. New Amsterdam is a wonderful place. Every community we go to, we work with, is absolutely unique in its splendor, and the support has always been overwhelming. Guyanese, of course, support Banks DIH Limited. It is a homegrown brand. It is a homegrown company, 100% owned by Guyanese, for Guyanese. We have just launched a new process called Freshness is Domestic. Chairman just spoke about it. Yes. An amazing process in which we speak to the strength of local manufacturing and everything local. We believe that in this process of developing Guyana at this time, there is a need for local content, for local to stand out. Yes. And all our brands, as in a company we manufacture, we expect to be there with every community growing together.
That is a great effort. And the idea of buying local is something that I'm asking every single Guyanese, local and abroad, to support our local products, our local content. Now, there's a new thing that I'm hearing where we're going to be transitioning and bringing some of the beers and the Guinness in cans. Yep. That is a great move, because sometimes the bottles, you have to go certain places, you can't get in with the bottles, or you're not allowed to sell the bottled products. Tell me about that initiative.
Yeah, okay, so there has been a growing niche for cans, and it's something that we wanted to do, especially we also want to, because of the capacity that we're putting in now with the brewery, we want to be exporting. We got to take Banks beer not only here, we got to now take it to a lot of friends in the Caribbean who have been asking us. We've always wanted the capacity, but this time with the new expansion that we're doing, at the moment we have 1 beer bottling line. By the end of this year into January, we'll have 3 malt bottling lines, 2 glass and 1 in cans. Cans, of course, allows us the opportunity to be more in more events and to allow the greater exports. A lot of people love their freshness in a glass bottle. They always talk about how beautiful it is, and we expect a lot of people to stay there. But we always have the versatility, because customers and consumers always ask for different things, and you got to meet them where they want you,
which is very right. And the remarkable thing is, because I'm a Guinness drinker, straight Guinness, and this is the best tasting Guinness that I have drunk from North America, even in Jamaica. I don't know what it is about the Chinese Guinness.
All right,
but so it's a class by itself.
I can give you the secret that everybody wants. A few years ago, there were a few international companies did some assessment on our water resources, and you'll be pleased to know that Guyana stood in the world of all the various manufacturing plants that do beverages across the world for this particular brand. Guyana stood as the number 2 in water availability and almost #1 in terms of water quality. You start any beverage, any process with the best ingredients, you get the best product. We start with world-class water. Guyana means land of many waters. The water is available, the water is fresh, the water is the best quality. We have been blessed in Guyana with natural resources. Water is the leading one among them. Oil has come now, but water has always been there and will be there. And it starts, all our processes start with water, and that water leads to fantastic products. All our products, whether it's Guinness, Banks Beer, IEC, Coca-Cola, always amazing.
And that is the reason why we employ this new slogan, freshness is domestic.
Got it.
We have the best water, we have the best ingredients, so we bring forward the best product. One last question for you. This new line of beer that we have, that I've heard about today,
Classic, yes.
How is it doing, and what do we expect?
We're going to be doing some more. It's more positioned in more a premium space. It's an all malt brew. It's an amazing blend. We have been, as you know, limited in terms of supply, but we're getting back there now. And there will be a lot more news stories coming. Not only classic, but we got a whole lot of products coming to the market. We will have, as I told you, we'll have not one, but three plants.
Right,
capability is going to be everywhere. Exciting things are coming.
Diana, you heard it straight from Banks directly in person. Big and great things from 2025 and beyond. And we keep reminding you, freshness is domestic. Buy local, support Banks, support your own. We will be the only beer manufacturing company in Guyana. So we're writing, support local. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
All the best going forward.
Best wishes to all New Amsterdam and Guyana.
Thank you very much.
On the radio, this the ending of January. And this is a new team. We're giving it a different place. Yeah, thank you.
Stirring this up. Stirring this up. You got nobody else?
I'm only from the radio and so on, right? 10 years on the radio last Friday for Banks Beer. Yeah, so I brought a new member on the team.
Good afternoon, nice to meet you.
Together we're doing something different for the radio, bringing in a different audience. All right. I also have a photography team with me now, so whenever we have Banks events and so on, they can come to us to cover it well. All right. So that's a photograph, please. Thanks. Yes, thank you.
I got some projects. Okay. I'm going to see you up tomorrow.
All right.
Tomorrow? Okay. Gift that.
Then we'll organize it.
Okay. All right, good.
Here you have it, folks. 2025 Banks DIH state holders. Freshness is domestic. Remember that. Support local, buy local. Right through the country, grab your cold Banks beer. You know my thing at Guinness. The new classic is out, and look out for bigger and greater things for Banks DIH in this year and beyond. On behalf of Eastwise Slims and streaming services and Imperial Revolutionary Movement, we say thank you very much. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Saying God and Good Road. Full coverage, not no scramble. That's it.
Look at the